Good morning from my garden. Today is Monday, October 14th, and in terms of my writing life, this is another Memoir Monday. I'm showing you these gorgeous, hardy pink chrysanthemums. I've been waiting for them to bloom for a while, and I just want to show you how beautiful they are. And they come back. In fact, I've heard they're hardy at least as far north as Canada, but they are definitely hardy where I live. They survived a very harsh winter. Last year I planted them, and I had a couple of little blooms last year. This year, they just put on a show. And the big thing is they survived the winter. But today I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things. I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite picture books, Chrysanthemum by Kevin Henkes. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce, maybe Henkes. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his last name, but it is a fabulous picture book. I'm not sure it's a memoir, but I celebrate the message, which is a subtle message of, I call it an anthem of anti-bullying, anti-bullying. It's a fight against bullying. It's about a little girl whose name was Chrysanthemum, and she loved her name until she went to school and the other children made fun of her because of her name. And she was saved by a teacher who had a similarly odd name. In terms of memoir, Tommy DePaula wrote the picture book, The Art Lesson, who had a teacher who saved him from feeling bullied or singled out. I taught for many years, and I never have been able to endure bullies. And it concerns me that right now, our nation, that there is a segment of our nation who not only support bullying, but are bullies. I don't know how we're going to tell our children not to bully if and when we become a bully pulpit. But anyway, I'm going to leave that message with you for right now. I'm going to talk about chrysanthemums, to read that picture book, and I'm also going to tell you your assignment for this Memoir Mondays. I have a post that I'm going to link to this. It is the assignment is to just simply make a list. Just brainstorm, make a list of as many things as you can that remind you of home. Last week you were supposed to draw a map of your neighborhood. Both of these exercises are an effort to help you remember your childhood. I followed my own exercise, and every time I talk about home, I cannot talk about my home without talking about my grandmother's garden. You see, I lived right behind my grandmother, across the street, but behind. And every time I walked, at least twice a day, during my entire life, my entire childhood, I would walk to my grandmother's house, and I had to cross an alley and then walk through mounds of hollyhocks that were like a wall, a tent that I could crawl into. Glorious arches covered with morning glories, and then all kinds of flowers. It made an impression on me that has actually influenced my entire life. My garden, which is very important to me, is not only a pretty place for me to go to retreat from the world, a place to meditate, but it's a memory of my garden, of my grandmother's garden, and of my home. It's also hopefully going to be the subject of several things that I want to write about. But for today's Memoir Monday, I want you to want you to look at my blog, read the post about writing about listing things about your home that are memorable to you. If you want to, you can first make the list, brainstorm, make the list. And if you want to start writing about those things, you can. It is the time of harvest, and I've said it often, memoir is a way to harvest the stories of your past. If you want to be like Tommy DePola and me, Ray Bradbury, Louisa May Alcott, many other people, you can turn those stories into books and picture books. But it all starts with harvesting your past.